They'll call you cold when you stop responding to chaos. They'll say you've changed when you no longer defend your boundaries. They'll say you gave up when you finally choose peace over proving your point. Letting go isn't weakness. It's mastery. The mastery of knowing when to hold on. And when holding on is what's holding you back. You are taught that strong people fight, that they stay, that they endure, that love means suffering, that silence is weakness, that walking away is failure. And so, you stayed longer than you should have. You explained more than you needed to. You held on to people who let go of you a long time ago. Why? Because you thought that letting go meant you lost. But here's the truth. Letting go isn't giving up. It's stopping the war you were never meant to be fighting. There is a silence inside every person who's exhausted themselves trying to be understood. You explain, you overthink, you rewrite messages, you replay conversations in your mind trying to figure out where it all went wrong. But the cost of holding on when something is already gone is yourself. You lose sleep, you lose clarity, you lose you. And yet, you stay. Because staying feels noble, like maybe this time they'll finally understand. This time, maybe your love will be enough. But Cairo Valtor once wrote, "True strength is not how tightly you hold. It's how gently you release what no longer serves your becoming." Letting go isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't come with applause. It feels wrong. Because peace is unfamiliar. And when your nervous system has been wired for tension, peace feels like a void. You'll wonder if you gave up too soon. You'll second-guess your silence. You'll question your worth all over again. But still, you'll be free. Because what you let go of was not love. It was the story of who you thought you had to be to feel worthy of it. Sometimes we don't want the person. We want the validation they withheld. We want to prove we were good enough, lovable enough, worthy enough. We want the apology we never got, the closure that never came, the moment where they finally say, "You were right. I was wrong. I see it now." But here's the hardest truth. You might never get that moment, and you have to be okay anyway. Because peace is not built on their understanding. It's built on your release. Strength isn't found in grand gestures. It's found in stillness. The kind of stillness that doesn't demand attention, that doesn't need to be loud, that doesn't chase, beg, or explain. Letting go means standing still, even when your emotions beg you to chase. It means allowing your silence to speak louder than your suffering. It means knowing your worth is not a debate. The discipline is in not reacting, in choosing stillness over spectacle. You don't have to prove that you're healed. You don't have to explain why you're done. You don't have to justify the boundary you're now honoring. Silence is a full sentence. It says, "I see everything. I understand enough. And I choose myself, not out of anger, but clarity." They will wonder. They will feel your absence, and they may try to pull you back into the version of you who stayed too long. But you won't return. Because letting go is not running away. It's walking home to your own peace. There is grief in every letting go, even when the person hurt you, even when the situation was toxic, even when it was obvious you deserved better. Because you're not just letting go of them. You're letting go of the version of you who tolerated them. You're saying goodbye to the hope, the dreams, the future you imagined. And grief will ask you, was it really that bad? Should you give it one more try? Maybe it's your fault. But healing will whisper back, you already tried. This isn't punishment. It's protection. Protecting your peace isn't dramatic. It's not a performance. It's quiet, consistent, and sometimes lonely. You won't always be understood. You won't always be applauded. Sometimes, protecting your peace means being the villain in someone else's story, because they needed you to be who you no longer are. And that's okay. You didn't come here to be liked. You came here to be whole. Letting go is the most sacred form of self-respect. It's a love letter to the version of you who always thought staying meant you were strong. After you let go, it will come back. A message, a memory, a moment that pulls at the wound just enough to make you question your growth. You'll feel the pull to respond, to explain, to reattach. But now, you'll pause. You'll remember how long it took to feel light again. You'll remember the weight, the confusion, the emotional spinning. And in that moment, you'll pass the test. Because healing doesn't mean you're never tempted. It means you choose differently, even when the past knocks like it used to. Letting go becomes permanent the moment you love your peace more than their potential. Cairo Valtor. There's something beautiful that happens when you stop chasing what hurt you. You get time back. You get energy back. You get yourself back. And slowly, you begin to notice things again. You laugh more often. You sleep more deeply. You create not from pain, but from presence. You stop performing. You stop pretending. You stop begging for love in rooms where your soul never belonged. Letting go makes space, not just for peace, but for you. You do not need permission to leave, not from them, not from your past, not even from the version of you who once believed they were your forever. You don't need to explain. You don't need them to understand. You don't need to win the argument. Because peace isn't a prize. It's a choice. You can walk away quietly, softly, fully, and your life will thank you for it. Who you become after the letting go, there is silence. Not because you've lost, but because you've finally stopped leaking energy. You walk differently. You speak more slowly. You don't rush to defend yourself. You're not afraid of being misunderstood, because when you let go, not out of bitterness, but out of wisdom, you unlock something new, not a better version of you, just the real version, the one that was buried under all the noise. They'll say you've changed. You'll hear it. You're different now. You used to be softer. You're harder to reach, and they'll be right. You have changed. You've become more selective with your time, your heart, your truth. You've stopped making yourself available to people who confuse love with convenience. You didn't stop being loving. You stopped being self-abandoning. You didn't stop caring. You stopped caretaking at the cost of your own well-being. Letting go didn't harden you. It refined you. One day, you'll look back and thank yourself for letting go. Not because it was easy, not because they changed, not because it made sense to anyone else, but because you finally honored yourself enough to stop bleeding in places that only watched you suffer. You'll walk away with no hate, no anger, no performance, just quiet, and the kind of peace that doesn't beg to be understood. Because when you let go of what's not yours to carry, you finally have two hands free to build the life that is. Letting go isn't weakness. It's mastery. The mastery of stillness. The mastery of boundaries. The mastery of knowing when to release what was never truly yours. You don't have to be loud about it. You don't have to prove anything. You just walk differently now. Not heavier, not harder, just freer. This was Cairo Valtor. For those who now understand, peace never had to be earned, only chosen. Until next time, stay light, stay clear, Stay gone.